Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of Tim's telephone, and this is a Western Electric 2500 set desk phone in red, and Tim's from Indiana. And this telephone came in, Tim had wrote a note. I did an earlier video of this telephone, and I was explaining that some of the wiring on the network didn't look proper to me. There's several different ways to wire these, and people ask me all the time, you know, do you have schematics to them and stuff like that. I don't use schematics. I really don't have time to look them up and look around for them, because these networks can be wired several different ways depending on what the phone, you know, which phone you have and things like that. And through the years they got wired differently. So basically I just go into them and troubleshoot them and just kind of follow everything back and wire them that way. So anyway, Tim had thought that the keypad was bad, and I wasn't sure of that until I troubleshooted it. And the keypad is not bad, it is good. It was the way some things were wired, and then the other situation was there was a whole lot of lines coming off of your modular port back here, and we cleaned them up, because if somebody's trying to wire the telephone and they don't know you know, a whole lot about the situation, it gets a little confusing. And his modular port is not in that great a shape, but it still works, and it might as well use it as long as it's still working and in good contact and everything. So we won't really change that. There's not a real big need to change that. It's still working, and might as well use it until it breaks. So the other thing that I wanted to do was get everything wired, and we got everything wired properly. I also wanted to, since this network was not bridge rectifier protected, I wanted to install a bridge rectifier in it. And basically this is just some of it loose, and right in this area of the network. And I will tuck that in as we're putting the phone back together again before we send it back to Tim. Some people had mentioned the bells. Yeah, they've gotten some paint on them. I'm not sure how that happened, but through the years, evidently somebody was doing something and some paint got on the bells. So what we're going to do now with this bridge rectifier is Tim will be able to plug this telephone into any jack anywhere and always be proper for the keypad. And it's bridge rectifier protected now. So basically we're going to do some checks, and I'm going to go ahead and plug the telephone in, and I'll turn it around here for you, because we're going to be doing some different checks on it. First, we want to go ahead and ring the telephone. I'll let that go a couple times. Get you some dial tone here. And we're going to go ahead and dial some numbers now. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to do that one more time. End in a 2. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the line cord and I'm going to go over and put it into a regular telephone line. Get you some dial tone here. And I'm going to dial a time and temp number.
and you'll know at Offenburg Ford in Belleville and O'Fallon. Today is Tuesday, April 26th. The time is 7:12. Current temperature at 78 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Tonight, showers likely, scattered thunderstorms, lows in the upper 40s. Showers and thunderstorms, and cooler on Wednesday, high around 60.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial my number, and it'll be busy. So we'll get a busy signal. We'll dial time and temperature one more time. I just like to check these phones out as much as I can while they're here.
Ford, drive one, and you'll know at Offenburg Ford in Belleville and O'Fallon. Today is Tuesday, April 26th. The time is 7:13. Current temperature at 78 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Tonight, showers likely, scattered thunderstorms, lows in the upper 40s. Showers and thunderstorms, and cooler on Wednesday, high around 60.
Okay. Now, we know everything is working on this telephone. We're going to do one last check on the transmit. And I'm going to dial it 2. And if you'll watch the analyzer, that red light on the analyzer is an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know everything on this telephone is in working condition, and it just needs to be put back together again, and a few wires tucked back and away and cleaned up, and everything is finished up. And Tim should be happy to get this telephone back. This is a pretty cool telephone. It's the red one, and they're still around, but they're getting harder and harder to find. And they weren't as common as some of the other colors, so it makes them pretty cool. And he's got a nice one here, and he's going to have this for a long time, I'm sure. We're going to do a ring on it again. Let that go one more time. Dial tone, and we'll go through the numbers one more time. And it end in a 2. So basically, you know, Tim had tried to wire some different things on this telephone, and he was getting some dial tone and you know, various bells. If he hooked it up certain ways, you know, he might get the bell, but he was never quite able to get the keypad to work. And basically that was because of the way some things were wired on the network. And also they left a very important wire loose that should have been coming from the keypad and going to the network. So once we got all that straightened out and we got the network wired the way we wanted it, then we added a bridge rectifier to protect the dialing circuit. So everything is back to normal now, and it's bridge rectifier protected, and this telephone should last Tim a long time. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. This is the final checkout of this 2500 desk set, Western Electric in red. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.